was thinking about this today. Quick story of when I was very young, probably I must have been about 7. We had a neighbour, and she was probably about 12. And she was always a cheeky girl, like just getting herself in trouble to no ends. And I remember we used to live at a property, and behind us was this massive park. Massive. And, you know, you'd always be playing in the park. Anyhow, I was up in a big willow tree at one stage with these fake kid binoculars. And she came past, said, "What are you doing?" You know, I said, "I'm just playing army, whatever, you know." And she said, "Well, do you want to come with me to the shops?" And I thought, okay, whatever, let's go. When we got to the shops, she said, "Let's go in and we'll get you some army men." And I said, "I don't have any money." She said, no, it's all right. I have pre-arranged with us. She didn't use pre-arranged. You know, we're kids. I've already spoken to the guys at the shop and we can buy whatever we want. Well, you know, I'm sure you guys are laughing at the moment, but for me, I was just a kid. I didn't think of what's going on. Well, Mr. Humphreys, a gentleman that worked... Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm telling the story wrong. I'm rushing it. So we went into the store and we took what we wanted, put it in our bags, off we went. Wasn't enough that we had been gifted these gifts at that one store. She said, "Let's stop into this next store." Did the same thing into that store until we got to the front of the store, out on the street, where a bloke called Mr. Humphreys, I remember his name because here in Australia, we used to have a show called Humphrey B. Bear. Long story. Stupid man dressed in a bee thing, kids program. So I remember Mr. Humphreys pulled us up, said, "Let's have a look in your bags, kids." Looked in the bags and said, "You better come with us." Well, in those days, there wasn't mobiles and phones, was there? Not everyone had a phone and all this kind of stuff. And so we had to show him to, no names mentioned, the girl's mum's house. So we went there first before he dropped me off afterwards. I'll never forget this. I'll never, ever forget this. Now, I knew the girl's mum, and she was a really nice lady, very quiet. You know, she was shy, quiet. When we got in and Mr. Humphreys explained what had happened, I'll never forget this. This little short lady lost the plot, grabbed her daughter, right? Now, she doesn't know anything about karate, but I swear to God it was Jackie Chan's mum. She grabbed this chick, flipped her over the shoulder, chick's on the ground crying, losing the plot, right? And Mr. Humphreys is like, "It's okay, you know, it's not that bad, don't worry, we've spoken to her, etc. She'll be fine. It's not a problem. She's not going to do it again. She's told us, please leave her alone." And, you know, so the mum backed off and Mr. Humphreys took me home. And that girl, you think she'd have learnt from that lesson? She was cheeky, as far as I know, to date. She is still the same kind of cheeky girl. I'll never forget that karate flip, the over-the-shoulder backflip, whatever they call it. I don't know what it was, but I'll never forget it. Like, to see a placid lady like that go off her nut.
someone's getting married and I'm busting up their crap. Aussie Weight Loss Journal, YouTube. You can check out my daily walks. I just went through a wedding thing. No, I said I've got to get out of here. I wasn't busting up their crap. They just pissed themselves laughing.